Well, hello everybody. Got a little bit of a break in the intense cold weather here in Madison. We got over 10 inches of snow in one storm a couple of days ago. So um, I guess it's all coming back though. I guess the cold weather's coming back. So today we're going to focus on practicing with another person or another being. I have had some training in healing Qigong, although I'm not a healer. I'm not a Qi healer. And that really involves very intentionally and consciously moving energy from yourself to another person. And that's not what we're going to do because I'm not qualified to teach. But it's going to be about practicing with another person, and by that I mean we'll see when we get into it. But just to have a sense of it, from the Buddhist perspective of the Dharma, we're not separate. So it's not a question of sending energy to somebody. You know, let's say you have a friend in the hospital, or someone who just died, or someone who's, far away. It's not about one person sending energy to another person who then receives it, because that very paradigm is rooted in separateness. Okay. And it's valid for doing healing work, healing Qigong, where one person is the healer and the other one is the healee. But in this context, we're practicing with another person. Okay, and so that could be, I've sat with many people who are dying and who die. And you can do Qigong in that context, sort of with another person, right, who's going through a transition. My daughter, who's an energy healer, a very talented one, I have done practice with her, even remotely, practicing together. And what it really is, in this context, is we want to become very sensitive to the energy or the feelings in our own bodies. And by being able to be sensitive to the energy, the life force energy that's within us, at a subtle level, we can touch into this sort of beyond space and time place, where there's no separation with another. And this isn't hard to do. It's not strange or hard. So one way we'll do that is just by simply dedicating our practice. And that just means, and we'll do this, but that just means as we're beginning our session, we're just going to bring somebody in, so to speak, bring somebody in to practice with us, to inhabit our body, and to get the benefits of our practice along with us. Okay, so we'll sort of start with that, and then we'll move into some other techniques. And this is really old stuff, and this has been taught and practiced for thousands of years. So it's real doable. So welcome, and let's begin. Okay, so let's just loosen up, um, relax, and sort of tune in. How is your body feeling? Are you? What's your energy level? Do you feel tired? You feel kind of um, exhausted from the day, sleepy, or do you feel sort of maybe a little bit of restlessness, kind of jangliness, um, nervous kind of energy, or something else? Do you feel happy? Do you feel depressed? Just how are you? Like, how are you? That's all. And just to notice that, and then to let that guide the way that you move. Right. So if you're, for instance, if you feel kind of jittery and restless, shake it out. You know, if you feel kind of low and down, then do this more vigorously. Bring some, generate some energy. Okay. And if you feel happy, then smile. And if you feel tired, it's not a bad thing, because that just means it's easier to relax. You don't have a lot of energy flowing through the system, so you can relax. And if you feel real, jangly, restless or whatever, that's okay. That means there's a lot of energy in the system. You just need to um, just sort of organize it a little. So So you can see, like right now, I'm bouncing. I'm doing trembling mountain with my knees, uh, and then I'm doing the twist, the Tai Chi twist. Those of you of a certain age took that to mean something else. So just this is just loosen up. That's all. Okay, and then let's go into trembling mountain a little bit, and really let go. Let your head go. Let your shoulders go. Okay, good, very good. Just just let your body then become still. And you can feel the pressure on your feet. Notice the breath. Okay. So dedicating the practice. Um, so we could dedicate the practice to the ancestors who brought us here, to the teachers. We can dedicate this practice to the stream of Qigong, to all the masters and practitioners before us. That's a common thing to do. Um, and we can also we can bring somebody in to practice with us and to gain the benefits of the practice. So it can be um, somebody who has died, maybe a long time ago. It can be someone who you feel very close to, but isn't present, isn't nearby. Um, it can be a non-human being. It could be a spiritual teacher, and so the practice for this is to just be very, very still. And then when we breathe in, we'll take a deep in breath. And when we do that, we're breathing in this person into our whole being to be with us. Okay, and just let, if there's no one that comes right up to mind, just let it happen by itself. And you don't have to do this. And then sort of smile to that person who you've invited in. Okay. Okay. Very good. Let's go ahead and bow to the directions. And it's as if, well, this one who is with us is doing this with us. Okay. So above, extend way, way up, and then below, and extend way down. Now, I should have mentioned that it can be more than one person. Um, Others may show up, and that's okay. That's fine. Because the space is limitless. It's we're saying we're bringing you into our heart. It's not a limited space. Okay, it's an unlimited space. So, um, the Buddha taught that every element of this being is not this being. Okay, so we're made up of the DNA from all these people, and all of the cells of our body came from the earth, and there's just billions of components, right? And so, in the same way, there are many, many, many people or beings who have gone into composing this being. So they're already here. It's just that we're just acknowledging their presence, okay, and sort of inviting them in. Okay, so the basic movement for this is touching heaven, touching earth. So let's begin with that. So if we're locating as a kind of as a doorway into the practice, it is through the heart. But then it expands to be the heart of the universe, not just this little heart. But we do start here. Okay. So one up, one down. Palms are facing each other as if there's a pane of glass. And this is a stretch. So we're relaxed. And at the same time, we're stretching the fingers and stretching the arms. And that stretch means we're stretching our perception. So if we sort of look up and we're stretching, we're going beyond the physical body and going way, way, way up, way, way up. Okay, so our intention is way up. Okay, and we drop the eyes, and then we're extending. Then we go way, way, way down. And so by doing this, we're extending beyond the physical body. We're connecting the earth, the center of the earth, and the universe, connecting heaven and earth. Okay? All right. So then coming back here, then we're bringing the heaven down and bringing the earth up. Okay. And so that means we're mixing the boundlessness and the form. Okay. And this is relaxed. Now we're going out. And this is, again, this is stretched. So we're stretching out. We're connecting through the fingertips. We're connecting to the net of Indra. We're connecting to everything, all beings, everything around. And we're kind of growing out, just like a tree sort of sends out leaves. We're growing out from the fingers, top of the head, down the roots down into the ground. And this, we're doing left and right, up and down, but it's all around. Okay, so it's like all around, extending out. So we're in touch with everything that's happening right now in this moment. And it's way too much to comprehend, but everything's happening right now in this moment. And you can feel that with the tingling in the body. That's energy, activity, motion, movement, impermanence that you can feel. So we're in touch with everything, everyone. Okay, and now then we bring all of that back and into the body. Okay, but it's not limited. It also goes way up and way down. Okay. Okay, so repeating. So connecting materiality, form, heaviness, down, the direction down, with spaciousness, boundlessness, openness, and the direction up. Okay, connecting to all that stretching, and then relax, bring together. And then out, stretch, connect all around. Good. And then come back. So continue with your breath. And you can hold these postures as long as you want. These are all meditation positions. Okay. At your own pace. Now, as you do this, your stretching will relax. It'll become more relaxed because you've already established that. And then you don't have to try as hard. So with each time we do it, it just becomes more relaxed, more graceful, just flowing with the breath. Okay, let's do one more set. Okay, and then finish at the heart. And then bring one hand down to the lower dantian and one to the upper. And then just take a moment then and just reconnect with the light at the center of the earth, perineum, belly, chest, head, and crown of the head, and then up into the universe, this vertical column. Okay, very good. Let's touch into standing. Remember who you've invited in. Can be more than one. Okay, now we're going to move to a Qigong to internally. Okay, so starting with your dominant hand, you point to the perineum, and then as you breathe in, and then breathe normally, we're going to point and bring the hand up. We're bringing it up the inner spine, up the back of the head, inside, up to the inside crown, and then turn. Then we're bringing it down the inside front of the face, inside the throat, inside front of the chest, inside abdomen and back. And then other hand, begin with an in-breath and then breathe naturally. So we're pointing. That means our attention is going in the direction we're pointing. Up the spine. And we point upward to the heavens, and then the hand turns, and now we're still inside the body, but we're going down the inside front. Okay, we're kind of making this huge oval. And then switch hands, in breath. Breathe normally. At your own pace. Now we're distributing all this chi inside the torso and the head, inside the body. We're moving it so that it's flowing. And then we're pointing down at one point and bringing that up through the body, and we're pointing up at another point and we're bringing that down. So we're mixing this, the yin and yang. The yin is down and yang is up. So we're mixing this. Okay. And then you can do it a little faster if you want. So in breath up, out breath down. Or you can do it more slowly, however you want. And then you can bring the other hand in. And here we're letting go of any visualization. We're just feeling this. Okay, now reduce the movements a little. So it's just sort of going up to the heart level and then back down. And then finally, it's just going through between the lower and middle dantian. And then rest with a hand in front of each center. And remember who you've invited in. Okay, let's go ahead and take our seat now. Bring up your stool or chair. And just let your body relax into your posture. Let it be loose. Okay, very good. And let's drop the attention. Our eyes are going to be cast down. And drop the attention with an out breath down into the abdomen. And this is in the center of the body, not the front. It's not a point, it's an area. And just feel the belly moving with the breath. Feel the tingling in that area. It may be in the perineum, maybe in the belly, maybe the whole body. Tingling internally. And we can feel it on the skin, and that's good. And also, this is internally. Okay, and now just with the breath, and you can use the eyes if you want, with the breath, then let's continue that microcosmic orbit, that Qigong, where we're with the in-breath going up the inside of the spine to the heart, and then back down. And then if you want, you can expand it and go farther up, go the head if you want. But it's mainly the torso. And just let that be driven by the breath. And then just reconnect down, straight down. You can feel, what would it feel like to have roots going down into the earth? What would it feel like? Okay. And then what would it feel like to go way, way, way up and expand out? Like a tree or like a geyser or a mountain antenna that goes way, way, way up. And meanwhile, the breath is sort of mixing the chi in the torso. So one of the practices then is to bring to mind a person who perhaps is in need of some healing, physical healing, emotional healing. Someone who maybe you're close to or you know. And this practice is just invite them into this spaciousness that's centered in the torso. And feel that tingling, feel that energy. There's lots of life force energy in this body right now. And you're merging the image, the feelings you have, the memories you have of this person with this body with this feeling of aliveness, tingling in the body. You're just merging them, their image, in with your feelings. So they're here and they're made out of the same stuff. They're mingling with your life force energy in your body. They're part of you. They're part of you, your body, they're part of your mind, they're part of your past, they're part of your present. They're here. They're alive in your own aliveness. They are alive. Now, more people may show up. So the space in which they appear for you is big now. It's as big as the whole torso. It's maybe bigger than the body, and it's tingling with energy. And they can be in it. They're not separate from it. At this level of this tingling life force energy, there's no separation. Even if the person has died, there's no separation. And this goes now, radiates out behind you, left, right, front, above. It radiates out, but the space gets very big. And sort of we're all in it together. You don't have to do anything. In this practice, you don't have to fix anything. This is just a practice of being. Only you've expanded your consciousness way beyond the body and the mind, and you've intentionally included another person or other people. We're just going to be with this for a couple minutes. If you lose concentration, then just move your body a little. Take a breath and return. Okay, let's take a few more breaths, sort of finish up this practice. And maybe move your body a little, readjust it. It might have gotten a little stiff. And let the out breath be very big. Let it breathe out in all directions, right through the skin. Okay. Okay, very good. And we're going to just touch into another practice. This is a very ancient Buddhist practice. It's a Taoist practice too. It's called POA. And this practice utilizes the vertical alignment. So, and this is a very intentional practice to merge with what the Tibetans would say was merge with the Buddha or merge with a deity, but that's not required. It's merging with a being or with the universe or with qualities such as love or wisdom, compassion, spaciousness. It can be the universe. It can be the Buddha, or it can be Jesus. It can be the Great Mother. Whatever you want it to be. And this is a conscious merging. This uses the same energy, but it's vertically aligned. Okay, so let's just drop into the body and remember this vertical connection: the earth, perineum, belly, chest, throat, brain, top of the head, out into the universe. This vertical kind of column of light. Okay, so we're going to imagine there's what they call a drop. So a red drop or a red sphere or bubble down in the perineum or the belly area, and then a white one up at the crown of the head. Okay, these are lined up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take in a deep in breath. We're going to bring the white one down to the heart, the red one up to the heart. Okay, ready? So the next in breath, white down, red up, breathe out. And now these two form together, form the yin and yang, and then change into this silver sphere that's in the heart. Okay. Now with an out breath, then we're going to shoot that straight up this column in the body, out the top of the head, and it's going to merge somewhere above the body. It's going to merge with this, and traditionally it's going to merge with an image of the Buddha or with a bodhisattva, but it's going to merge with some spiritual presence. And that's up to you to name. It can even be a loving person, or it can be a spiritual teacher such as Thich Nhat Hanh or Baba Ram Dass or Mother Teresa, or it can be any of these things. So first we clearly imagine this being above the head, a ways above the head, or spaciousness, it can be. Okay, and then there's this silver silver sphere in the heart. So then we take a deep in breath. With the next out breath, shoot it straight up, and it merges with this entity above the head. It merges. And now your view is from up there. It can just be with space, but it merges. And now you're very big. You're also down there in the body. You're very big. And now with the next out breath, all of that comes back down into the body. And the white and red and silver disappear. And now you're embodying this quality, this being. And just feel that. So what starts out as a separation, there's me and there's it, there's just now one. And the breath comes and goes. Okay, we'll sit just for a couple of minutes. You can repeat this if you like. Repeat the whole process if you want to. Okay, let's take a few more breaths. And again, let the breaths penetrate the body through the pores of the skin. Okay, you can move the body a little bit if you want to. And just notice, what's the quality now of the chi in your system? What's the felt sense of the warmth and tingling in your system? How does it feel? Does it feel more refined, finer? Does it feel smoother? So combining heaven and earth, so the chi of heaven is very, very, very fine. The chi of earth is much denser. And then this combining heaven and earth, we're normally more in the dense because we're dealing with day-to-day life. By doing this practice, it tends to mix the lightness and the heaviness in a dynamic kind of way. And it feels different. And the breath will change. The breath will become smoother. Not as strong. So just a note on this, this POA practice. So if you're sitting with someone who's dying or comatose, this is the state that you want to be in, because chances are they could be in a state something like this. And in the Tibetan teachings, at the moment of death, the chi, the energy, leaves the body up the column and through the top of the head and upward. And that's what they're encouraging through this POA practice. We're doing it for ourselves so that when we die, then we're familiar with that. And we can also do it with another person. Excuse me just a second here. Okay, so just remember, bring to mind those who you invited in to experience this with you. And they're not going to leave. And because they're always here. It's just that when we get into this beyond space and time, then we're able to be aware of them more clearly. And we do that through our intention. So after a while, we won't be focusing on them being here. But nevertheless, they're here. Okay, so it's a good idea, after this kind of practice, this Qigong practice, spiritual Qigong. Let's go ahead and stand again. So we really want to, to totally just re-embody all of this. So just relax into your standing position. Okay. Remember your guests, so to speak. Okay, and let's practice the crane movements. Just do this very easy. Do it with your breath. So cranes, because the cranes fly through this spaciousness. They're very much at home in this kind of boundless sky. So they're totally in their physical bodies as they're flying. And at the same time, they're in this expanded, very airy, spacious environment. Okay, and let's slowly reduce the movements. Okay, very good. Well, let's go ahead and do our closing movement. So we'll clap our hands together. 1, 2, 3. Make heat. So just begin at the face or the scalp. Well, thank you so much for your practice. Hope that it's useful. And so now if you would like to fade away, go ahead and do that. And if you'd like to stay for questions and comments, we can do that. Okay, so let me stop the recording here.